Hello, and welcome to The Connecting Point. I am Dr. Marcy, your facilitator for this discussion table today. And this is where creators come to connect, inspire, share their ideas and stories to hopefully transform the world through raw and edited talk. And today, I couldn't be more proud to introduce who's with us here. It is Dr. Kevin James, the president of Morris Brown College. Now, Dr. James, I must tell the connecting point before we delve into this conversation. Well, if you know me, you've heard me talk about my love for dear old Morris Brown. Is a lasting love that will never diminish.
Absolutely.
And so that is the connecting point here. He is the leader of the finest institution in the land. Yes, I said it. MBC Morris Brown, of which I graduated in 1994.
Very good. How are you doing today?
I am wonderful, Dr. James, and I am so elated.
Well, I'm happy to be here with you. Absolutely.
So what I want to do is, I want you to tell a little bit about who you are and how you came to even be the president of dear old Morris Brown.
Yes. Well, first of all, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on your show today. I really appreciate it. How did I end up at Morris Brown? So I've told this story. I would tell it one more time. I was sitting at home watching the news, and I saw where my predecessor had retired, has actually resigned. And I was like, wow, Morris Brown. And it took me all of 3 to 5 seconds to say, wow, I want to be the next president of Morris Brown College. I pick up the phone and I called the 6th district of the AME Church headquarters. And the way that it worked out was the chairman of the board's assistant answered the phone. And I told her, I said, look, I just saw where the president of Morris Brown just retired. How do I apply for this position? And so we talked a little bit, and at the end of the talk, she said, send me your resume. I'm going to put it directly in the chairman of the board's hands. And about a month later, I got a call for an interview, and the rest is absolute history.
And you know what? You were God sent.
Well, thank you.
Well, I know that because of the course that this whole thing has taken. I remember coming there, I think it was last year, or might have been before that, sitting in on a couple of the focus group meetings and just listening. And I said, you know what? Some new flavors coming up in here.
Well, here I am, and I'm just going to do the best I can. I need all the prayers from all of the alumni and everybody, and I just need your continued support.
Of course, you will definitely have that. But this is, like I said, a place where creators connect. Obviously, you are a creator. You created an idea, a concept, which I know that you probably got from God, the vision for all of what's going on now. If you've heard or listened to the news in any shape, form, or fashion, you know that Morris Brown is full speed ahead for restoration.
Absolutely.
So when did you even decide that, you know what, I don't care what anybody says, I'm going full speed ahead with the vision I've been given?
It's interesting you asked me that question. So when I got the call for the job interview, I called one of my mentors and I said, look, I'm going to be interviewing to be the president of Morris Brown. What do you think about that? And she's paused for a second and she says, well, and by the way, she's one of the top researchers of HBCUs in the country. And she said, well, Kevin, you know, that's never been done before. And I said, what's never been done? And she said, no school's ever come back 20 years after losing its accreditation, no HBCU. Are you sure about this? And I said, yes, I am. And she says, if you're sure about this, then go ahead. I know that you can do it. If anyone can do it, you can. So I went into, to answer your question, I went into my very first interview and I told the board, I said, look, not when you hire me, not if you hire me, but when you hire me, I'm going to do this, and this. So I prepared for my very first interview as if I was the president. And I took a presentation in there of exactly what we were going to do. So, you know, this hard reset has been in action actually even before I even became the president officially. And so, you know, just thinking through, you know, the road in which Morris Brown had to undertake to get fully restored. And I just really planned it out even before my first interview, and the rest is history.
And I'm glad you said that, because this platform, a lot of young creators, millennials and older creators too, listen to this show. But I'm glad that you mentioned that you went in with the mindset of you already had it.
Right.
Yeah. And
right.
so that's important.
And it would have worked either way. It would have been like, this guy is too cocky, get him out of here, or hey, he's the guy. So I'm glad that it worked that he was the guy. So
well, we are so thankful that you followed the course and you didn't go to the left or to the right. You stayed
Absolutely.
on the course. And so I wanted to come out of your mouth today, in case somebody doesn't know. What news did we get last week?
Absolutely. So on last week, we received official approval that Morris Brown has received its accreditation candidacy, which is a big deal for us. That's absolutely what we've been looking for over these past 20 years. You know, it's levels to this thing. And so the first level after the application is then the on-site visit. And then after the on-site visit is the accreditation candidacy. And so I appeared before the commission of the Transnational Association of Christian Colleges and Schools and did our presentation. They had our self-study, they had our application, they had already been here on campus, and they confirmed that our institution is one of quality, that we met all the standards, and it's a big deal for us. Now the next step is we are officially going to apply for federal financial aid. And so we're doing that right now at this very moment, and Morris Brown is back. We're pushing the institution forward, and it is a historic time in history for this institution. Yes. And our history is going to say that we did this during a global pandemic.
Yes.
And so we're so excited. God has been with us. He hasn't left us. He's not going to leave us, and we're pushing forward.
And you know, I've told some friends that Morris Brown has been like my symbol for what God is doing now in the earth.
Absolutely.
And, you know, after getting the verdict we got yesterday for justice for George Floyd.
Yes.
So I'm just watching this whole thing play out, and I am just so overjoyed. Now, Dr. James, how important is it for you to restore a historical Black college? What is your goal for the African-American community at large through the channels at Morris Brown College?
You know, it's interesting you asking me that question. You know, I want to show the community what Morris Brown has been through. That's why people say, well, why do you always tell the bad history? Like, why do you say that? Because I want people to know where we have come from. You know, we're not just acting like everything has been peaches and cream. I want you to know our journey so you can understand that, again, God is a miracle worker and he can do it, you know, through his service. And that's one component, because as a result of people watching Morris Brown, it has given hope to other people to say, if they did it, we can do it too. I have already met with 3 HBCUs that are closed HBCUs. Now, Morris Brown has never closed. We've been open since 1881. But I'm talking about for real closed HBCUs. And they have contacted me to say, how did you do this? How did Morris Brown do this? And as a result of them watching us, they are now pulling together their boards, pulling together their alumni, and they are in the process of trying again themselves, because they were able to see Morris Brown achieve this momentous occasion. And so to answer your question, we have just been a pillar in the community in the sense of showing what we can do, the little engine that could never give up, continue to move forward. And I anticipate as a result, Morris Brown is going to be stronger than ever. People are going to be interested in returning to Morris Brown College to finish their degree. It's going to be a plethora of new students that's interested in attending this historic institution. And as a result, we're going to educate as a haven for hungry souls and push out students who are ready to compete, both on a global scale, go to graduate school, or go out into the workforce. And so we're just so excited that Morris Brown is able to lead in this way.
Okay. Now, have you been able to bridge some gaps with partnerships in the community as well?
Absolutely.
Between, you know, the traditional Morris Brown people and your non-traditional? Because, you know, that's one thing that I have noticed in society, period. You have the older generation who has a certain mindset, and then here comes your millennials and the younger generation. What is your plan for bridging that gap?
You know, I know exactly what you mean, and I heard that when I first got here, that there was a generation divide. I did see it, but I believe that when you have a cause that's universal, you know, they say music is a universal language.
Yes.
Well, when you find a cause that is universal, it doesn't matter what generation you're from here at Morris Brown College. And the one major cause that is not generational, it's universal, is accreditation.
Yes.
And so now that we got the candidacy and now that we are pushing the school forward, I believe that all generations can come together for the cause, which is Morris Brown College, and we can get rid of any barriers or generational differences or, you know, we don't believe in online and we want traditional and we want the sports and we want, look, forget all of that. Accreditation is that common ground, that common denominator that has brought everybody together. Because last week when we made that announcement, it wasn't a 1950 generation.
No.
It was a Morris Brown United Front. We went viral. People are talking about Morris Brown and they're not looking at generations. They're looking at one Morris Brown College. And so we're able to be united.
So in other words, if you're listening, Morris Brown is open-minded to go in any direction. And you don't have to be African American to enroll at Morris Brown. So make sure you know that as well. Now, you just mentioned something where I'm headed that way when you said music is universal. Now, as an alumni of Morris Brown, my dearest moments was singing in the concert choir. I was a music major.
Okay.
Under Professor Glenn Halsey.
All right.
And so that is the part of Morris Brown that is so dear to so many people. The band, we had the best band, the best choir. What are the plans for restoring that aspect of Morris Brown? Because you know that band was strong.
I know. You know, everybody asks me daily about the football team, the band. Are we going to get the stadium back? We're going to bring basketball. We're going to bring, you know, other sports. And so I did make an announcement at homecoming last year. We will be bringing back our marching band. Now, I want everybody, all of your viewers and listeners to hear this component. We already have music.
Yes,
we have a music major. We have 3 umbrellas. We have choir, we have music production, and we have church music. And so we already have music. So if you're interested in music, come on, you know, go to morrisbrown.edu, click on the apply now button, and you can come on right now today and enroll into our music degree program. But to go back to your question, we will be reinstating the marching band. That's going to be down the line. Everything is going to be contingent upon enrollment and desire, but we do anticipate on bringing back student services, student programs, fraternities, sororities, some sports. We're going to start very small with sports that don't require facilities here on campus, such as bowling, golf. You know, we can go away and do those things. Cross country, we can go away. And so we will have a thriving student life here. We're just going to have a level and tiers to it as we work on building our enrollment.
And I do know that you are not shy of musicianship yourself.
Right. Yeah, you know, I played the drums, I played the saxophone.
Percussionist. I didn't know you played the saxophone.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that you all don't know about me, but I play the saxophone as well.
But you know, I remember, I think it was last year, it was way before the pandemic, and was this, you came to Athens, Georgia, which is my hometown.
Yes.
And a group of us came to sing, and we looked over and you were on the drum set. I said,
they didn't have a drummer, so hey, I'm here, I might as well sit on in.
I said, Dr. James has jumped on the drum set. So, you know, I love that, because I want everyone to know that, yes, you're a leader. You're the leader of Morris Brown College, but you're also innovative. You're also artistic. And so, and I know you like to have fun too. You just, you know, you're a down to earth guy.
Absolutely.
For those who need to know, you are. You get amongst the people, and we really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That you're reachable and touchable. Now, let me ask you this about the new programming, Esports.
Yes.
Can you explain that a little bit? There's some people who are interested in that as well.
Sure. So as we were going through what I call the hard reset, we're looking at all of our programs and looking at, you know, getting the state approvals and the accreditation approvals. We had the opportunity to go back to the very beginning and recreate. And so as we were doing that, you know, we wanted to make sure that we had some very innovative programs. Mm-hmm. And so one of the largest industries is esports right now, $1 billion industry. And so we did some research and we found out that there were no schools in Georgia that had an esports degree program. What better way than to go through the hard reset by doing something new and innovative? And so we started Georgia's first esports performance degree program. And we anticipate that that is going to be a very, very, very big program. A lot of people are going to be interested in that program. And we look forward to working with students as that is our only STEM degree program right now at this very moment.
Okay, can you explain a little bit? Because I have some people that ask, what is esports? Because, you know, that's a term that we don't hear that often.
It stands for electronic sports. So just imagine watching the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl game is a video, two people playing video games or two teams playing video games. And so it's a huge degree program, or it's a huge opportunity for it to be a big degree program, and the millennials love it. And so we're absolutely going to cater to millennials as well, as they already play video games anyway. Yeah. And then we tie it into an academic curriculum. Wow. And so, again, we feel like it's going to be very big for us.
I'm excited to see what comes out of that. Now,
I am as well.
Oh, my gosh. What about broadcasting? Are there any avenues for radio, media broadcasting that
one thing that a lot of people don't know is that Morris Brown has its own radio station here, 102.6, the situation here on campus. And so we anticipate a lot of students getting some hands-on learning opportunities and internship opportunities with our radio station. But we will be looking at film and television and some other degree programs in the near future.
Wow, Dr. James, I mean, this couldn't be a better time. It really could not be a better time to have Morris Brown back where they belong.
Well,
and you know, before we go though, I don't want to hold you too long. This is going to be a short interview for my audience, because Dr. James, we didn't mention it earlier, but he has done, how many interviews you've done in the past week?
In the past week, I don't know, maybe 20, 25, something like that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just.
But it's okay. I knew that this was coming. Everyone wants to know what's going on, because this is historic work. And so I've taken all interview, anyone who wants to talk, I'm open to talking.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. But, there's something else I meant to mention when you were talking about challenges. You said there were some, but a lot of people don't know how early on they were. We just had one of our buildings destroyed. Then the fire, not destroyed, but damaged.
Yes.
And so, I mean, people need to really know this is certainly a miraculous thing for Morris Brown to be returning.
And Morris Brown has come through fire, wind, rain, bankruptcy, sleet, snow, arson, the loss of land, the loss of accreditation. They cut our water off. I mean, Morris Brown has been through so much, and that's why people were very surprised. They're like, "Why would you go to Morris Brown?" And again, my simple response is, God sent me to do this work, and I'm just very, very excited to be the leader of this institution during this time in history. And again, history is going to say that we did all of this through all of those obstacles and a global pandemic, and so we're so excited.
And another thing I need to ask, because this is something I ask mainly for the young people and those people who are struggling with this area. Would you say that you are in your divine purpose?
Absolutely.
How do you know it?
Everything that very easy question. Everything that I have done, everything that I have studied, every job that I have had has led me to gain the skills needed to sit in this exact seat and do it comfortably. People say, do you get stressed? No. Well, I'm not gonna say I never get stressed, but overwhelmingly, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And I feel like, like you said, it's divine purpose. God sent me to do this work. And one thing another reason why I can prove that is I enjoy coming to work every day. It's not a job for me, it's a career. And so because I don't dread, oh my God, I got to go to Morris Brown today. Oh my God, I got to go in today. It absolutely is my God-given purpose. And I'm just so appreciative that he's allowed me to be here to be able to do this.
How soon did you know of your purpose as a young child? Did you know early on as a kid, or did it linger until you got a little older?
Older. So when I started my college career, I started out as a music education major, just like you. And I went through, and once I started getting theory in some of those higher courses, I said, this is not for me. And I actually changed my major from music education to speech pathology. Well, when I graduated from college, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until I got my first job, because I was teaching adult students. I couldn't find a job anywhere else. So the first job I could get was teaching. And it was there that I fell in love with working with adult students. And so God pushed me into the deep end of the pool and said, no, you're going to work with adult students. And it was there that I found my purpose was working in higher education.
Wow. And I wanted Dr. James to say that for those people who feel like, is it too late for me? I didn't get it when I was a kid. It's not too late.
I got mine when I was an adult, having graduated from college.
It's not too late. You can do it. You just got to get somewhere and get quiet and ask for the guidance to know which direction to go in.
Absolutely.
Dr. James, I thank you. I thank you
for having me today.
Bottom of my heart. If ever you need me, call. I'm around the corner. I work in the area and I'm around the corner. And so my prayers have been with Morris Brown. They have never left.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today. Any of your viewers that are watching or listening, we are enrolling right now for our fall semester. Please go to our website, morrisbrown.edu. Also, we're raising money. We're raising as much money as we can. Again, go to our website, morrisbrown.edu. Click on that give button, and we look forward to everybody supporting dear old Morris Brown College.
Yes, and like I say every week, if you want to be a part of this platform, feel free to reach out to me at integrativeartscreations.com. You can email me at integrativearts@att.net. We're on Twitter, Arts Integrate, Instagram, Integrative Arts Creations, and Facebook, Integrative Arts Creations. We also have a private group there called the Connecting Point for Creators group. And all we do there is we join together, we collaborate, we network, we share and celebrate what we're doing as creators. And there's a little form of inspiration that's dropped in there every day to help you go throughout your day. Sometimes it's music. Whatever it is, it's just something to inspire and encourage and strengthen us as creators. So look that up and join. Iron sharpens iron. Dr. James, thank you again so much. I appreciate you, and Godspeed ahead. Don't stop.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.